The battle of the creme de la cremes. Welcome back to the grand finale, final stream of the tournament. What a journey it has been. It has certainly been an absolute pleasure to bring you all of the action. For our grand finals, the broadcasting will feature myself, Slimo, your host for today, and faculty doing all of the analysis for me. We witnessed some great action on Ultimate Battle YouTube channel. Now the grand finals comes after 6 esports. We'll start with losers bracket final. Mbappe one corner, Weissmas on the other corner. Does the win affect this game? Because Weissmas is on a roll. He just beat K-Boy and now Mbappe is coming from a loss. Does it affect this game and give the advantage to Weissmas in this game?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because Weissmas, like right now, Weissmas, like I don't know how to put it. After his game, maybe he has gone to watch the stream back and seen, like he has seen his mistakes and things. So,
especially the defending.
Yeah, so I think he's going to correct it. And he should bear in mind too, Mbappe is
also good
in defending. So Charlie.
Yeah, this one is certainly a showdown. Right now, the convict man Montana waiting in the wings for the grand finale. But first, let's settle things with the loser bracket. We'll take a quick break, and when we are back, the guys are ready. We'll get into the arena for match 1 of loser bracket grand final.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters. Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters. Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters. Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
a spot for grand finals is up for grabs, and one of these two guys is about to get that spot. Mbappe just losing out on a simpler path to the grand finals after losing to Montana. He'll have to do it the hard way, coming up against this man in red hot form in extra time, beating K-Boy 9-7. Can he do it against Weissmans? We find out in the next 188 game minutes. That's a brilliant ball. Well, early stages, but Mbappe already showing us what he can do with the over-the-top two balls. Today, it looks like it's prediction galore because the guys are winning the predictions, and this is what we expected from the start of the streams. But you guys took a long time to get into the groove. But that's not the case for Mbappe. All right, he doesn't need too much time to impress. The convict man. One chance, one goal. Very, very impressive. But what a start to the game already. I'm sure they'll fix everything up and they will get the restarts going. But Mbappe starts is lightning quick. It's what you'd expect from someone who wants to get into that grand final. It's a start that I'm sure he had dreamed of. It's a start that will get him into that comfortable position. We've already established that Weissman is an excellent attacker, Mbappe an excellent defender. So both cancel each other out, and we'll certainly be looking forward to how this game will go. Seeing that the guys are getting ready for the restart, and they will certainly get into the game. For Montana, I think what he has to do right now for, I shouldn't say an easier grand final for himself, is watch this game closely. But funny enough, he's faced both of them already. He's faced Weissmans, which he beat heavily, 9-0.
Yeah, 9-0.
And
9-0.
we just saw him also beat Montana. Mbappe. Who do you think at this point Montana will favor in the final? Who do you think, if you are in Montana's shoes, who do you think he will say, okay, Charlie, I won this one over this one?
Oh, no. Both of them are two top players. So, Charlie, them will not be falla. So, I don't fit to see Weissmans or Mbappe, Charlie.
Certainly. Chat, if you've got anyone that you feel like Montana might have it easier against, you can let me know in the chat. And the scorelines, like, there was a vast margin. Weissmans took 9-0 for Mbappe. I think it was 4-3 or something like that. But yeah, that's how the games have been going. Montana red hot form, but he'll come up against one of these two in the grand finale from 32 down to 3, and we'll see who gets to go down with the trophy right here today. Remember, it's championship day on After 6 Esports YouTube channel. We'll have to take another break because it seems like the guys one of them is restarting their net. I think it's Weissmans trying to restart his network, and then we'll get into the action. So right after the break, we'll get the code, join the lobby, and then bring you all of the action live.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters. Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters. Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in
Welcome back to the restart. I'm sure Mbappe will certainly be joining this one with that goal he got earlier. If you just joined, we had the game start a few minutes ago with Mbappe with a blistering start, getting that very, very early goal. So he'll get it back and then we'll get into the game. Looking at the chat, it seems like a lot of people are just slightly favoring Mbappe to possibly go on ahead and then win this game. Clutch was asking why did we switch channel. So this tournament is a huge collaboration between After Six Esports and Ultimate Battle, and that's how we've been having the streams already for all of the main production games. We've been having some on Ultimate Battle and then After Six Esports. So our grand finals is on After Six Esports. So that's how everything has been going. And I'm sure maybe you weren't following earlier, but this is how everything has been going. And we'll certainly keep it that way till we finish it. But the grand finals will be played here. We'll finish the grand finals right here, right now. Mbappe, after that wonderful start in that earlier game before this restart, he has to find a way to keep hold of the ball because I kind of feel like he gave it away too much against Montana. And if he's learned some lessons going up against Weissmans, you can't give away possession because this guy is one of the deadliest when it comes to the attack. If you were thinking Montana's attack was good, then I know you have Weissmans also in the upper bracket when it comes to the best attacking players in the country, hunting for Weissmans. So put on the press with Neymar that time around, but for Mbappe, another thing that he really does well is in tight situations, he knows how to get out of a jam. Hold it. For Mbappe, will send the run of Theo Hernandez. Just tries to beat it a bit. Later looks for the Frenchman, but just can't get to the ball. Will ricochet to Ronaldinho. And Mbappe just a little bit frustrated. He didn't get that one to go in. Just shot it straight at the goalkeeper. But Weissman's just hanging on. Cross will come in. Erling Haaland will be able to knock onto it.
Schmeichel.
And Schmeichel there to the rescue again. Early pressure from Mbappe. Cross comes in again. Haaland back post. Schmeichel will come and claim that one. Super easy. I think because Mbappe lost immediately and now he's coming into another game, it's just maybe vengeance on his mind. It's an angry Mbappe coming into this one. Maybe just plays into his hands and possibly gives him the win against Weissmans.
Oh yeah, what you talking with true. Maybe by this time, you see as he lose here, definitely this in game there for putting much more efforts than do what they win the game.
And there were just a few things to shape up for me with regards to Mbappe. I think he played that first leg excellent against Montana. Even though he lost 3-2, I think it was just perfect for me. The defending, everything was on point. And now you have a bit of defending to do as Weissmans also get his effort parried away by the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is already proving to be the best players on the pitch so far. Haaland will get it back for Mbappe and he'll be able to cool things down and then start from the back yet again. So yeah, I was saying Weissmans is coming from a win, but he's coming from a win that he had to labor for. And then for him, he had like a whole 30 minutes to 45 minutes to cool down because we had the Montana versus Mbappe game. So he's cooled down a bit, but Mbappe still has that heat in his hands. And if you play a lot of these games, you know that sometimes the heat does help you. And he was trying to sneak one through the angle there. We've seen Schmeichel and Weissman's go already face so many shots. That time, it didn't make him beat him, but he's been excellent in goal already. So that heat from playing Montana and now switching straight over to Weissman's might just help the convict man. But for Weissman's, he's got to find a way to Look, in games like these, I think we've all been in situations like this. If you're a gamer or possibly have even played, where sometimes you're playing rivals, champs, and you start terribly slow, you're already a goal down. You just need that one thing to go your way, like one excellent pass or one perfect skill move that you can execute, and then your whole fortune changes. Sometimes it just happens, and Weissman, I'm sure, is just looking for that one change to go in. But at this point, you have to call on his defensive prowess, which wasn't really available against K-Boy. You have to find a way to channel that one in this game because Mbappe is putting on the press. Wan-Bissaka for Mbappe again. Plays the corner shot and is looking to work his way around the defense. Ball roll, almost locating Erling Haaland on the move, but stopped in his tracks. Rolfo into Neymar. Weissman now can get some breathing space and create an attack of his own. But look, Mbappe's defending is methodic at times. He baits you into thinking he's committed with one player, then he backs off a bit, then there's another player comes in aggressively and wins back the ball. That's how good he is on the defensive end. But usually when he comes up against the best attackers, they really, really push him to the limit. That's what we saw Montana do in the earlier game. If Weissman can do that, I think he stands a really good chance against Mbappe. But it's still early days here. We're about 8 minutes till this first half comes to a close. Hansen, Hullet, Ronaldinho, sending bodies up front now. Montana. Oh, sorry, Mbappe has lit up the offensive end right now. Just pushing and pushing for that second. And brilliant touch from
Nice defending.
Weissman. But like I was saying, he just gets a way to get his player so tight to the ball. Like it's always difficult to get past him. So far, Weissman hasn't been able to break through, but it's certainly coming from it. You have to still keep pushing over the top, trying to find Haaland, and that might just be that for this first half of proceedings. Yeah, so prediction sets like they're heavily in favor of Mbappe. Botte says Mbappe is going to pick up the win 3-1. Elvisa is also rooting for Mbappe to win 3-1. Daka says Mbappe will win 3-1. Skater is actually going for a Weissman's comeback in this game 4-3. Adi says Weissman is going to win 2-1. And then Rockets Ball is expecting this game to end in a 2-all draw. Best of luck to everybody. Erika J, I'm sorry, but your prediction didn't come in time. It's only those guys' predictions that I read earlier that are valid for now. Hold it. For Ronaldinho. R9. Mbappe probing again. He's done this time and time again already in this game. He's found a way to split that Weissman's defense open. But he just can't find his shooting boots and then get that second one to fall. Weissman's on the break now with your Rente. Good reading again from Theo Hernandez. Haaland can bulldoze his way through. These are the situations that you want to have your Erling Haaland in, because when he's on the move with all of the pace that he's got, with all of the power, the strength, he can bully his way, especially against the fullbacks. Van Dijk. For Wan-Bissaka this time around, Weissman's just having to do much defending. And to be honest with you, this isn't how I was expecting the game to go. Because looking at both of them, the resume that they've already pulled out for themselves and what everybody has been saying about how Weissman is deadly on the attack and Mbappe is excellent on the defensive end, it's been the other way around. And that's FC24 for you. Things do change. It's Mbappe who's been doing a lot of the attacking and Weissman's doing the defending. Bellingham, step over into some space, and that's just a lovely finish. And it's well deserved. Well work move. And Mbappe grabs his second. Jude Bellingham getting into offensive positions and pulling off great stuffs. Mbappe, credit to him. The pressure has just been immense. It's been too much for Weissman to handle. And we've seen time and time again, even not just the K-Boy game, a lot of his games that we've seen, when the pressure is too much on the defense does crumble. And for Weissman, I feel like it's crumbled too easily. But his offensive game has just not got going. And facing the kind of player that Mbappe is on the defensive end, it's not going to be easy for him to score goals at all. But it's still a lot of FC action to be played. Montana still watching closely for the grand final. If you are watching, this is After 6 Esports YouTube channel. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, kindly do so. A lot of esports action goes down here, and I'm certain you would enjoy it. This one is brought to you by After 6 Esports, Ultimate Battle, the Esports Association of Ghana, the VGA Esports Show, Ultimate Hub, and Canvic Records Esports Team. Look, Canvic have put on a show. I think they've done so well in this tournament. They had 2 players in the last 3. It just tells you how dominant they have been this year, and it's just excellent. The last time I was speaking with Dels, and I was telling him I wanted to create my usual top 10 list for the Ghanaian players, and we're just putting the names out there, and we came down to, okay, because it's difficult to create a top 10 now, the job will be mine to do that.
Charlie.
Well, this one has to be in there. And the way he has been success tells you, is he proud of himself? Wow. Mbappe is playing on a whole other level at this point. 3 goals to 0, and it's looking like a mountain to climb now for Weissman. Just hadn't had it in this game. And Mbappe cruising to victory now. I'm trying to create my top 10 for this year as well. Weissman's open space. This chance has to go down for him. Just can't find it. But with what you've seen this year, who do you think are must-haves? Like 5 players that you feel I can't leave them off the list. 5 players where you feel, say, if I left them off the list, I've been disrespectful just this year only. FC24. Montana is one. Everybody has me mention Montana. I think they also hinted that we've got to put Montana in there. Who's your number 2 on that list? Is that a penalty?
Yeah,
What
I think
happened?
it's a penalty.
Wow. Chance for Weissman to pull something back, and he'll accept it gladly. He will accept it gladly. Is this just a sign that the Rootsman can't give up yet? Just something to give him hope that can possibly get back into this one. So after Montana, who's your must-have in the top 10?
Cops.
Cops is a must-have.
Yeah.
If I tell you to build the case for Cops, why should Cops be in that top 10? Why is he a must-have?
Because at the start of the game, he was the Ghanaian player being ranked 1. I think
frequently.
So that's why.
That's a valid one. And after Cops, who have you go? I need 5, and you've got me 2.
Big ups.
Big ups also in the chat.
Yeah.
For a must-have. Why is Big Ups a certain one for you? Oh, it's just too much. It's just spectacular. This time, the elastical we stopped speaking about, that's just beautiful. Ronaldinho, let's stop into the elastical. And this is where 5-star weak foot counts. Ronaldinho, either foot. This card is just crazy. Mbappe on fire. And I'm seeing a lot of fire emojis in the live chat as well. It's just next level from Mbappe. Regains that 3-goal lead and certainly deserves it. So why do you think Big Ups is a must-have in the top 10?
The things I see this game, Big Ups no really win tournament actually. The truth is, the Big Ups one of the best players me I've seen in this country, to be honest.
For FC24?
No.
It's an FC24 list, mind you.
But still, Big Ups for the inside. No
this way, he can't build a case for Big Ups. Look, Big Ups, I know you're watching in the chat. Build a case for yourself right now.
Big Ups.
Big Ups. Well, that is your opinion, because the list will be based on my opinion and, of course, hearing everybody. But guys in the chat, let me know who you think is a must-have in that top 10. So you go Cops, Big Ups, and Montana. Who's next? Last 2.
Choice Badger.
For him, I think you don't even need to build the case. What he's won makes the case for itself.
Yeah.
And then
back
finally,
tournaments and things. Yeah. finally, I would say
Yourself?
no. Padia.
Padia.
Yeah, it didn't I see, they play the online things, but like it can't play some of the foot tournament and things. They score boys, you back. Yeah, so I they put them inside in case EFC 25.
In case, no way. The list is for FC24 and FC24 only.
But like if I mean I they talk based on players I they talk based on players that they form EFC 24. We top 5 party at the moment. EFC 24.
Dressing Erling Haaland. It could be 5-4. Mbappe give him a cushion in that second leg. Oh, Mbappe he's just too much right now. Weissman can handle it. He's crumbled under the pressure so many times, and the convict man has put himself in pole position to make the grand final. 1 minute away from finishing this first leg off, and Weissman will have to pull off something that just looks impossible at this point. But in FC24, nothing is impossible. When we see 5 from Mbappe, Ronaldinho will try to cut into the space. Chance still not going. Weissman defending for his life at this point. And that will come to a close. What a game. What a statement performance. This is the biggest win we've seen today. And it's come from Mbappe. Look, at this point, I think what's in Mbappe's mind is, I want my revenge on Montana. And I'd love to see that happen. But, you can't just brush off Weissman's style. This guy can change any game at any point in time. We'll bring you that second leg, and we'll see who makes it to the grand final. Don't go anywhere, guys. More coming up.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters. Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters. Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just
We are minutes away from finding out are other grand finalists. And at this point, Mbappe is in a strong position. When I say strong, firm, so firm. It will take a miraculous one from Weissmans to pull something off. But knowing Weissmans and how hot he gets sometimes, it's within his stratosphere. It's something that he can possibly do. But coming up against the defense of Mbappe, it's always going to be a very, very tough one. We begin the second leg knowing that the winner of this one goes straight into the grand final against Montana. Weissmans with a mountain to club. And for Mbappe, I think it's just keep your composure and play. Express yourself in this game because you can do anything with the 4-1 lead up. It's always good to have Ronaldo. This is the perfect stuff for Weissmans. Could we have one of the craziest on our hands? If you want a comeback, a triple comeback, I think you'd agree with me that this is the perfect start to have.
Yeah. Just go early go. But
like the early goal has calmed the nerves a bit for Weissmans, and it's put him in the perfect position. Now for Mbappe, he might just be feeling the heat a little bit. But remember, he's still got a 2-goal cushion, so we are not pressing the panic buttons for him yet. Let me get into the chat a bit. I did ask the question of who's your must-have, and look what Big Up said. Big Up was like, he's not a must-have, so faculty should stop what he's saying. Okay, fine. If Big Up is not a must-have, he's not top 10 this year, then fine.
Then I'll put Mayweather in place of Big Ups.
Why Mayweather?
He has gone to represent Ghana and Nigeria. Yeah. I mean, we are talking on based on form and Tony's the person has won. Yeah, so
interesting. So I was reading the chats during the break. Let me get back to them and then let's discuss them a bit. So after that, Rockets Ball says Parker and Choice must be top 5. What's your take on Parker being like a must-have? Because right at the start of the season, he won that first tournament, the EDM, and the Coca-Cola. So he also won back-to-back then. And then in the tournament, I think, was it crossover? He made quarter-final stages. It's been impressive from Parker. Is he also a must-have in top 10?
Oh, yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah, top 10, Parker must be.
The consensus on Parker is he should be in there because I remember they also saying Parker has to be in there. Dennis says Juvenile has to be top 10. He's been low-key, but he's been doing very well. Juvenile this year, building a case for him top 10, and SC24 is going to be difficult. For FIFA 23, he had a chance with how well he performed at the chosen tournament. But this year, it might just be a little bit difficult for him. Lawrence says Paddy has done something that has never happened in the history of Ghana esports. Wow. There's a record-breaking moment from Paddy. Interesting. Why so almost. He's almost there. And if he gets the second one, I'm telling you the heat on Mbappe would be crazy because Weissmans, when he gets into the groove, he's almost unstoppable. And it looks like he's getting there now. He's getting there. If he gets a second one in this first half, it could be crazy scenes. But Lawrence, can you clarify what Paddy has done that you feel like has never been done in the history of esports in Ghana? And let's have a conversation about it. It's certainly interesting that you brought that back. Rockets Ball says, Paddy Alash boys, but the list be based on Tony's. Look, when I'm compiling the list and when I did it for the very first time, if I said I was going to base everything on tournaments, then I'm being unfair to some people, those who are in Kumasi who can participate in all of the Accra tournament. That's why I give a huge shout out to Mulish and Paddy Mod who always make their way to Accra, sometimes come and play. But I also factor in the bets and some of the ramblings that we've been hearing and some of the offline games, the ones we don't see on stream and everything. We factor in everything. But remember that tournament wins are huge. And this win could propel Mbappe into a tournament win R9 with space converting. And Weissmans has been set back. Huge goal for Mbappe. He'll get his 3-goal lead back. And now Weissmans certainly in trouble as we approach the halfway mark. So when we are making the top 10 list, we have to factor in everything. So even the offline games, bet and everything is part of it. So Padia certainly has a chance of making the list. The pros, you know, all they play game plus them body low key. But to be tournaments with the carry rates, it's the truth from Pensionas, right? They always play against each other, and it just doesn't happen in the Ghanaian esports scene. It's everywhere. They play each other, but maybe it's off stream. Bet day top, money day top. So we'll factor everything that we can get, but usually the tournaments carry more weight because everybody's watching. The pressure is even bigger. So certainly tournaments do carry a lot of weight. Lawrence says if it be tournaments, then Party shouldn't be in any list. But it's FC24, you did talk, he's top one for me. Look, if you say he's top one for you, I won't argue with you at all, because when it comes to kickoff, I've heard so many things about Party that makes me feel like kickoff, there's nobody touching him. And I've seen some of the things that he's done. He certainly merits this accolade from you as well. Suki says Montana is the new GOAT. Indeed, some of the things that we've seen from Montana here today has just been crazy. Kizito said, how person from Kumasi come chop everybody for Accra, yet he says somebody be better. Yeah, these are some of the ramblings. Like, I heard when Padia came, he was on a rampage. He beat everybody. They assembled the Avengers for Padia, and Padia became Thanos. They defeated everybody. But unfortunately, it wasn't in a tournament. Unfortunately, everybody wasn't watching. Unfortunately for Padia, he was in this tournament. He wasn't able to perform. So we're not going to throw away that he's come to Accra and then beat everybody. But if he had won a tournament, it will carry more weight. But certainly what he's done also carries some weight, but not as much weight as winning the tournament, as this first half will come to a close. Mbappe still up by 5 goals to 2. Okay, so this is why Lauren said Padia has done something that has never been done. It says, Sly, somebody lashed Montana, Kid, La Vista, Vegas, Mbappe, Guy Kobe. What a crazy list. And he lost just 2 matches against all the players. And it's also from Kumasi. Nobody from Kumasi has dominated in Accra like this. Wow. I think that's a fact. I don't think there's anybody from Kumasi that has come and then dominated like that. But you know the truth about all of this, Lawrence. If you had done it in a tournament where the tournament was being streamed, or even if it wasn't streamed, but it was a LAN event where everybody was there, his legacy would have been greater than how you are describing it right now, because this one was behind closed doors and only a few people witnessed this. We all can't and bask in his glory. Like, we can't give him all of the glory then. So in a tournament like this, where if Montana or Mbappe goes on to win, or even if Weissman is able to make a comeback and goes on to win, people will credit this one more because we had the best 32 players with the whole of the country watching. Not just the country, outsiders are also watching. So that's how things tend to pan out. But we won't throw away the fact that he's done that as well. So certainly your point is also very valid.
But like, you didn't specify yourself. You said based on EFC 24.
Yes, just
You
FC
didn't say
24.
based on Tony's the person as well.
Yes, but when I say the best players, I'm speaking of the best esports players, and the best esports players, they're playing in what tournaments. That's the thing that we rate them with, the best esports FC Pro players. That is what we used to rate them first and foremost. Oh, Mbappe almost had an assist.
Then Padia shouldn't be in the top 10 list.
Who?
Padia, if it's based on.
No, you see, but that's what I'm saying. We have to change the narrative for Ghana, because if we only do it tournaments, then we are being unfair to the likes of Padia and Co, who don't have the opportunity to play a lot of tournaments in Accra, because remember, it's based in Kumasi and a lot of those tournaments happen in Accra. So all of the bets and everything and the kickoff, what he's been doing to some guys, we have to factor that in, but it won't carry weight as someone like a Choice Badger who won possibly the biggest tournament this year, maybe after this one crossover tournament. So that's what I mean. But certainly he might make his way into top 10. I'll make that list, and we'll have all of the pros and cons. Why smash now? There's things not happening for the Routine Sportsman. He got another attack and he almost gets it into it. Delict for Ronaldinho, Haaland. I see the conversation is still going strong. Conversation about the best 10 players in the country is still going strong. I'm seeing people weighing on it, but look, the first time I made the list, I had a similar dilemma, and it was another player from a different region, and that was Firmino at the time. And Firmino wasn't playing in tournaments, but just from what I'd heard, what I'd seen, you can't leave such a player out. And I feel like Padres in the same bracket. So I put Firmino on that list. Some people will even argue with me that he was too low on the list at that time because he was beating that many people at the time. There's Wise Mars, okay. We've got two to go now for Wise Mars. Is it possible? Is it possible for him? We've got about 30 minutes. Is it possible for Wise Mars?
No.
30 minutes. I think it's enough time in FC24.
3 goals against Mbappe. This is funny.
I know it's tough, but look, FC24 with how overpowered attacking is, I think it's certainly possible. I'm not interested coming from Loris. He says even in Kumasi, Padia never win tournament, but we all here agree he's the best player this year. Yeah, sometimes that does happen. Like it just happens. But you've got to add the tournament to the resume. You've got to add the tournament to the resume. It just makes it certain. And when we put that out there, everybody will say, okay, this is what we can pinpoint to and say, okay, you did this, you did that, you want this. So it's certainly the advice for Padia going into FC25. I certainly want him to win tournaments. We'll put his name out there. We'll make a lot of noise about him. And we'll give him all the platform to progress. Hopefully he's playing a lot of Ultimate Team in FC25 as well, because the ladder will come out. We need the best of the players to go. Well, Herbert, they're releasing full top 10. They say in top 10 list be number 1, Montana, number 2, Choice Badger, number 3, Cobbs, interesting, number 4, Parker, 5, Guy Kobe, 6, Labista, 7, Mulish, 8, Weissman. The last 2 I don't remember. Interesting. He's made a whole 8 squad list, and we didn't have Wonder Kid in there. We didn't have Padia in there. It's just interesting. Like, you even have Mbappe, who's he's almost there making the final. So it's crazy. The top 10 list, you always have like moments like this where the arguments will come, and that's why it always makes it fun. But we need to elevate the level. I just hope that when I make the list, it will get some people gingered, like how it got Mbappe gingered a couple of years back, and then just get them to do better.
Zenas, no, what we say, they give on credit. They that if
look,
what we say, they give on credit.
So Zenas, nobody's trying to discredit what Kyran did. It was spectacular. It was something that we've probably never seen since the Wonder Kid days. For a kid to come out and win a tournament against the best pros at the time, beating La Vista in the final, had to reset the bracket. We're not discrediting that, but we are in a system where we've seen one tournament show where you just come to the tournament, perform, and then we don't hear your name again. Like, sometimes it happens. And we don't know if that's the case for Kyran, so we need him to back it up. If he was able to back it up in FC24, he can't make the top 10 list. But for now, I think we'll just have to leave him off for now, and then he can certainly get to another player who can also be in the conversation is Sean. And I don't know if you guys remember, but he was a big winner this year. 3 Music tournament. I think an online tournament, he also performed very well. 3 Music tournament, big production, and he wins on a grand stage like that in the final against Kalu. He also deserves his flowers. So if you make the top 10, I won't be surprised at all. But I'm compiling the list. I'm making the list, and the video will certainly come out. Hey, Charlie, then I see party up just like us now. Hey, Charlie, I did there. Ronaldinho for Bellingham. Mbappe minutes. Just minutes away. He can almost taste the final now. Samiata says, oh, Sly, don't say that. Adibek, clarify for me. Has Mbappe got another one? Yes, he has. I think it's a done deal now. And just like faculty said, it was a little bit too late for Weissmans to pull off this comeback. But he's had it. And he sealed the victory, 6-3. I don't think there's any way coming back for Weissmans. He's put up one hell of a performance in this tournament. And him being top 3 is certainly warranted. Samiata, kindly come again with where you felt like I went wrong, so I clarify and then possibly explain myself. If I also was wrong, I apologize, and then we move on. Ronaldinho, final 10 minutes in this game where Mbappe has certainly dominated. Weissmans in the start looked like he was about to pull off something incredible, like heroic. But Charlie, just like faculty said, with the way Mbappe defends, you don't expect him to concede 3 goals within the space of 20 minutes. No, that's just not him. And he's certainly proving to us why he should be in the grand final. We will have every match of Montana versus Mbappe. It is one that will guarantee one of them be champion. But remember that Mbappe has got to reset the bracket. Weissmans, maybe a last goal to get some consolation, and he'll get it. He will get it. Samantha says about the kid's performance in the tournament, saying he should back it up. Sammy, I don't want you to take offense with this one, but we've seen scenarios like that so many times, where out of the blue, someone we don't expect comes and wins a tournament, but we can't call you one of the best players in the country if you just win one tournament. Like, after that, even if you don't win any other tournament, but you still keep participating in tournaments and you finish like high, maybe you finish semi-final, quarterfinals, then we can say, okay, you've done extremely well. It's not just a fluke, because sometimes it happens. So it's not any disrespect to Kyran. What he did was amazing, but I just feel like guys have had a better season overall, and I'm expecting the FC25, he can just do more and make the conversation a lot more difficult and build his case as this one will come to a close. Mbappe is your grand finalist, and he does it in style, winning the tie 6-3. Emphatic victory for the Convict man, and inevitably we'll have an all-Convict final. Wow. I think this just tells us that Convict is the best team when it comes to EA Sports FC this year.
EA Sports FC 24. Convict is the best.
But last year, do you think it was Convict? 4-3.
No, last year, now we to be there. Last year, now we have the complete. But I be like,
but last year,
it passed 1 or 2. Yeah.
But last year, the overall best player in the country, in my opinion, wasn't from either Play Province or Convict. It was from Roots.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
At the time, Roots, but now with Virtual Union, of course.
Yeah.
So,
by that time, to not as big ups to Play Province, not big ups to the win tournaments. So, but Convict host tournaments. We go win.
But the biggest tournament of them, Kennedy won it. With this one being the biggest, with Convict winning already, crossover with Choice, and then possibly winning this one. It's undisputed now. Convict Records will give you the salutes.
Salute Convict.
Certainly. After the break, I'll be breaking down how the prize money will be going. Remember, it's 4,000 Ghana cedis shared among first to third guys. We'll be getting into that, but it's grand finale time. Remember that Mbappe will have to reset the bracket. He's coming from the loser bracket. You have to do it twice. And speaking of doing it twice, the guy we were speaking of earlier, the 15-year-old Kyran, he actually did it twice in that final against La Vista. Can Mbappe do it this time around? But the guy he's facing is not going to be an easy one at all. Mbappe versus Montana, your grand final for After 6 Esports Ultimate Hub Elite Tournament, coming right up after this breather.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, Nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
And so this is it, the biggest game of our broadcast. It's been a crazy few weeks already, from 32 down to the final two. One of these guys will be crowned champion. One of these guys will be. To confirm, say. The biggest game of the series, certainly. And with this one, oh, Mbappe has different ideas. He needs to win 2 games in a row against Montana, and he started perfectly. Look, Mbappe has been in the seat for quite a while now. Played against Montana earlier, lost, beat Weissman, and he's playing Montana again. When we speak of heat in the hands, I think Mbappe certainly coming with the heat.
Coming hands inside. So he scored a goal.
Space again, he does it. Quick flash, coming like a lightning bolt right in front of Montana. And then Mbappe gets to within the space of 2 minutes. The heat we're speaking of is paying off. The convict man has his eyes set on a reset in this bracket. Grand finale already up to a flyer. Both players have been tremendous all tournament long. Remember that Montana hasn't been beaten even once. He hasn't dropped a single game. And will this be the first time? The After 6 Esports tournament, it's produced everything. And if you call it the best tournament, I won't argue with you at all. Because, I mean, these guys have given it their all. They've given us the best entertainment that we're hoping for. As Mbappe almost produced the third right there. For those asking how the prize money will be shared, it's 4,000 Ghana cedis across all of the 3 winners. Mind you, winner takes home a 2,500 Ghana cedi cash prize, and second place will take home 1,000 Ghana cedis. Third place will walk home with 500 Ghana cedis. Excellent stuff for the players and the eventual champions. But Montana now, we'll have to see him go beast mode on the offensive end. And Mbappe again try to locate R9 with that one, but Montana keeps things cool at the back. Hold it. Montana, first meaningful chance of the game for him, and he makes another step over. It's been a straight mark all tournament long. It's been a smooth, and he's never shied away from it. Look, I had conversations with Dels and I think faculty at time as well, where they said he only goes through with a step over when he knows it's going to work. And you never see him with a lot of player locks. You know, see reverse elasticals, you know, see Magidi spin cancels. You possibly only see a ball roll scoop and the step over.
Even pass.
He sticks to what works for him, and the step over has served him so well. It has served him so well. But Mbappe on the other end looks masterful at this point. He gets the third. Brilliant breakdown of that defense. You might think Mbappe is a defensive beast, but on the offense in this game, yeah, he's taking it to a whole other level.
But I really love the way Mbappe is attacking in this game, to be honest, because I've not seen Mbappe attack like this. Always when he's playing a good player, he likes to sit back.
Be a little bit reserved, make the game come to him, but he's been aggressive right from the onset. It's been something remarkable from Mbappe. 25 minutes already, and he's up by 3-1. Yeah, the convict man is locked in. He is locked in. Mind that this is the grand finale. Mbappe will have to reset the bracket. Even if he wins this game, you have to do it again in another separate game if he's going on to win the whole thing. For Montana, he needs the win in just this game to be crowned champion. That is the definition of double elimination. Haaland. Haven't seen too much of him from Montana so far. You find out now this one has to go in, and it does. This one is going right down to the wire, and every time I say that, it usually does. It usually does. Alma and Ronaldo getting onto the score sheet, and as expected, both guys going boot for boot. But do you feel like because Montana beat Mbappe earlier, Mbappe has got revenge on his mind, and that's why he's come out early aggressive like this?
I think Mbappe has really studied how Montana has been attacking in the area game they play. So like, I think he has also seen that game he was sitting back, he wasn't attacking much. Like this game is maybe he said to himself, okay, let me put him much more attacking than defending. That's what is helping.
Look,
Mbappe.
when faculty says he leaves it vague, attacking, I think right now we've gotten to the point where maybe for newbies or new guys who are watching ESC 24 competitive games for the very first time, we have to break it down to the core. When we say he's attacking more, what we mean is he's sending more bodies up front. Like you can manually, intentionally, your midfielder Bellingham, you make a run for him to go up front. You start triggering a lot of runs.
Yeah.
You start making an effort to score goals. You start taking risks, like a pass you wouldn't take when you're probably a goal down. When you're a goal up, you now take them because you want to score goals. That's what we mean by he's now attacking. Like you see it so clearly, the number of bodies he's got in offensive positions, and that's how Mbappe has been ruling pretty early on in our grand final. Hullet for Bellingham. Rude Hullet again. Bellingham stretching through his ways. Mbappe almost broke through, but Mbappe just unsuccessful. Whoa, Bellingham get there. He does get there. But an interesting tackle that might just draw out a card from the referee. It seems like he goes unscathed. Bellingham. Kai Havertz for Montana into space. Tries the elastical and it just makes the angle even a lot weirder. Look at this one dancing too. And I thought that was going to be a penalty, but it's rewarded with a bite. Kevin De Bruyne with the equalizer. No way. This is what for the ages. I know I've said that before already. But these guys, it looked like they wanted to save the best for last. Look, at one point, I was expecting a penalty to be given. Do you think EA said, okay, if we don't give you a penalty, then we'll give you lucky bounce, make you score?
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens.
What big guys they do for that? Why? Charlie, you left inside, go start somewhere. You do some more tactics.
I beg, big house we coach. After the eliminator, we tell coach, you beg you people. Make people make big house enjoy himself. The tournament we has had the best, the very best. There's nobody who didn't play the tournament that you can go and be like, if he played, he would have won. I don't think you can make that argument at all because these guys were certainly the best this year. And there's a reason why they are in the grand final and they put on a show. Now, let me take you through the road of how Montana got here and the way he just got here. I told you he's not lost a single game. First game, we paired him up with La Vista, and that itself was a championship game. And it was revenge on his mind because at the crossover tournament, La Vista was the one who knocked him out. He said, okay, I'm going to accept that challenge and beat him by 6-3. Next challenge, it didn't come any easier. He faced arguably the greatest EA Sports FC Pro player in Ghana and won that kid. And it went to penalties. He won that as well. Next game, into Weissmas, another great player that we've seen already, made top 3 in this tournament, and he smashed them by 9-0. Next round, all right, give me another one. Few the after 60 sportsman K-Boy in his front, and he demolished them 12-4. And now we saw Mbappe versus Montana earlier in the winners bracket final, and he also pushed them down to the loser bracket. This run is incredible. It's one that I don't think we've seen before within the esports scene. Now, let me take you through how Mbappe fared pretty early. His first game wasn't a fluke at all. It wasn't an easy one for him. He faced Kalu, who this year I think has been impressive in some ways, and he had to scrape through that one, winning 5-4. He faced Gabi. Gabi, that's a lot of people make hype about. Won that one as well, 8-4. His next match was against Raymond and totally demolished him. Mbappe with space. It's just befitting that when I was talking about his successes, He gets another one that gets him closer to what will be his biggest success of the day. Big goal for Mbappe. Takes him into the lead again. Montana now has been sent back. So in that winners bracket round 3, Mbappe beat Raymond 9-1. Big ups took on Mbappe, former teammates, and Mbappe made him know who's boss. Won 5-2, and then of course had to face Montana, dropped down to the loser bracket, and totally ripped it with Weissmas, winning 6-3, and now he's reset the final. So the rants from both of these guys is just something that will forever be in our minds, will forever be in our hearts as one of the best tournaments to go down in FC24. It's been one to enjoy, and if you've enjoyed the tournament, please, I just need a couple of things from you. Subscribe to After 6 Esports channel. Do the same thing to Ultimate Battle as well. Kindly leave a like on the stream, please. It really helps with the algorithm on YouTube, and certainly we will be grateful.
Charlie, this Ginola be great too. Montana, this is a celebration here, Charlie.
Montana, he's not resting at all. Look, he knows. He just needs this win. And I'm sure that's just the fuel for him. Look how well worked that man is. Found, and promising space. Just 16 minutes, and we've got 8 goals already. We've got 8 goals already. Match certainly befitting to be called a grand finale. And will it end in one game is now the question. We've got something that a lot of people anticipated over the top of time, and Mbappe to get the lead back. Just hesitated on the finish.
They gave Blake Montana too.
Beautiful finish. And Ronaldo, he's just been everywhere on the offensive end for Mbappe. And the only thing Montana can do is just smile. If you're watching his face come there, he just smiled at that one, because the second bounce, when it comes against you, you can't do anything about it. You certainly can't do anything about it. Rockets Ball says, hey, this game is just too surprising. It's back and forth. Perfect description of this game, back and forth. Jonas said the lot through past the top Montana. Wow. Hey, Jonas spot something, Anna. He spots Montana in weakness, Anna. It's something that a lot of players have been trying to do, but hasn't worked for them all year. Just a few players who've been able to beat Montana, but maybe the love through pass is the secret. Because we've seen Mbappe use it a couple of times and it has worked for him. Montana on the break can't execute that time around as Bellingham will come in with the interception. Hold it. We'll find Bellingham. Theo Hernandez in another promising situation. Immediately that step over boost came, there was trouble. And it almost ended in too much trouble for Montana, but it just goes wide of the post. Getting closer and closer to the final whistle. Mbappe so close to resetting the bracket now. Bellingham into our line. This one has to go in. And you see the frustrations from him. Huge chance to just kill off this game. Shot a straight right at the goalkeeper. And he'd be kicking himself. What an opportunity spent, but still not crestfallen. You come again with Ronaldinho. Has a run of Haaland. Will he find him? Very patient with the ball. We are seeing Mbappe play at the highest level now. Montana has to be cool and calm and composed at the back, and he certainly is. Hansen, Haaland for Ronaldo. We'll find the run of Hansen again on the right-hand side. Doesn't have too many options, but we'll try to find Erling Haaland. That's fine. Erling Haaland to Nola. Tries to go for the shot with the weaker foot. But the defense is there. Hold it.
This is the Mbappe I know.
Now he's holding on to the ball. Like, he's making Montana now work for it. Mbappe. This could be a tournament that cements his name into that top 10 of the best players in the country. He's gotten disrespected quite a few times this year because of some of the performances he's put in. But after this performance, whether win or lose, I think he's put his name up in those lights. Saka, with 4 minutes ago, Montana throwing everything in the kitchen sink. Like there are knives, there are ladles, there are plates, there are spoons. He's thrown everything, but just can't get touched to the ball. And that's what Faculty was saying. He knows how to manage the time there, Mbappe. And the management is just top tier. One of the best you'll see. He's held it for about 10 minutes and still Montana can't get a hold of it finally. With 1 minute to go, it has to be perfect. The time might just not be on the side. And then Mbappe resets it. Wow, what a finale this one is. And we've got one more to come. The kind of form that Mbappe is in, I think I'm leaning towards Mbappe to win the whole thing.
Oh no. Just because he has said the bracket, so no. I still believe in Montana though. Montana, as riding Montana be one player way. It is steady things. It is real things. So as you say this game like this, Mbappe don't really sit back like that. You will go more of attacking. You the back. Yeah.
Interesting. We'll have our last final game coming up in this one. Wow. Mbappe putting up one hell of a performance that I feel like not a lot of people expected because Montana had beaten literally everybody, but Mbappe did dig deep. He had to lose that first game in that winners bracket final, and now you have a chance to possibly do it for one final time. We'll take a quick break and bring all of the action next.
One last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Second leg on your screens now, guys. Apologies for the mistake I made earlier. I didn't get the message well, but it's still home and away format. So Mbappe just won the first leg of the grand final. So you have to possibly win this game again. If the scoreline stays the same at 0-0, then he wins this game, and then we'll have to go into another set of games in the home and away format. So we are keeping the format. Mbappe certainly has that on his mind. And he does that perfectly well with the finesse from way outside. Right now, I know they see Triveles again. Like, is it totally nerfed?
Right, Charlie. Second, the way the finesse plus can do. So, Charlie, if you say you go follow Trivella there, you will hurt your body. Because see the angle mode, Mbappe, the way finesse, way no be the girl in strong foot, in weak foot. So, Charlie, right, the finesse can make Trivella big baller.
Certainly. And if you play the game early, you knew if you were in that era, certainly, like, Trivella was so OP, was so overpowered. It was the meta. Everybody was playing Trivella. Like, when you get into that space, you find someone in that angle, you have to block the space because Trivella was coming. Now, a lot more of the finesse play style plus is working. Like, we are seeing a lot of people try the finesse and it's working, and it has certainly worked out for Mbappe within these first few minutes. Remember that if Mbappe goes on to win this game, he carries on and then he will now reset the bracket. So apologies for misleading you guys earlier. This is the second leg of game one. So certainly if Mbappe is able to carry on, but I'm not writing off Montana yet. I still think he's got a lot in him. And we've got a lot of FC action to be played now. Ronaldo for Haaland. It's constantly been that front line for him. Haaland, Ronaldo, and Ginola also at some point. Montana had to score. I thought I was going for the borrow, like the simple borrow around the goalkeeper. But just
It's
unfortunate
like there's
on
a
that
change
end.
in Montana's squad.
Mm.
I can't see Ronaldo now. I see Ginola.
Like, you're not seeing R9
No,
or CR7.
CR7. Yeah, I see Ginola.
Ginola,
instead.
yeah. What do you think prompted that change? Is Ginola more like is he more fluid or well?
Yeah, Ginola flared doing body pass Ronaldo. with the ball. Yeah. Where Ginola get that technical, I don't know that place. If it's technical or something like that.
Yeah, the one that like allows
The
these players to
around
dribble a
sprints,
lot.
yeah,
Yeah. Bellingham space into Haaland. Montana could grab. Well, Mbappe could have grabbed the second one very early in this game, but no, certainly this first half, the first 20 minutes, the way it's gone, it's pleading to Mbappe's hands. He's got a goal, he's defending well, Montana's missing chances, everything is going his way, and if he carries on like this, he's certainly going to reset the bracket. Hansen. Ronaldo, he's got the runner in the middle from Ginola, but that was just perfect to find one Bissaka and yet again. It's two huge chances. And Montana, the funny thing is, immediately he misses a big chance, you see a smirk or a smile on his face. He should be scoring that. He should be scoring that. Like the Montana we know usually buries his chances. Is it the pressure of the grand final getting to him? You know what? Across Montana's excellent run, not just in FC24, but in FIFA 23, when a lot of people start regarding him as one of the best players, the worry about Montana was he plays well in tournaments, but he doesn't go all the way. Like he doesn't win the tournament. And that's why when people ask me if I'm to choose between Troyes Bada and Montana, tournament-wise, I always go for Troyes Bada because he usually gets the job done. He gets it done, always wins the games. And for Mbappe, he's on his way to win this one. 2 quick goals. And he sets himself apart. Frustrations on Montana's face. And he just can't help it. Montana's just not had it today. Look, if this is revenge, then it's been served really, really cold from Mbappe. What a start to this final we've had already. Crazy game. Mbappe with 2 huge goals very early in this game, and with how good he's been defending already, you feel like he might just hold on to it. So, as I was saying earlier, the criticisms around Montana is he'll play well in tournaments, but his ceiling is usually quarterfinals, round of 16, possibly even semis, or maybe the grand finals. But how many times have we seen him go on to win this, like win the whole thing? And that's why a lot of people are rooting for him to go ahead and win this tournament and put those conversations to bed. For Mbappe, he's been that guy that usually wins the tournament. That's why Troyes Bata gets a lot of praise, because when he gets to the final, he gets the job done. But Montana, you have to find a way of getting the job done. It's not all said and done, but at the rate at which Mbappe is playing, it's going to be difficult. Ronaldo, this could be the road to getting the job done. But Van Dijk is there with a huge step in. Brilliant pass, and again, this could be 3.
Composure at its best.
You're not going to see this anywhere else. Mbappe is God tier. Like at this point, he's unlocked everything that you can possibly do. But look at the way he scored this goal. It kind of tallies with what Jonas said earlier. The over the top two balls.
In the top Montana, wow. Jonas, what you talk, we see. In the chopper, in the chopper.
Yeah, and that's why I enjoy these tournaments a lot. We have the tacticals who are also out there watching closely. Montana's got a score from this one.
Nice keeper control.
And that's the story of Montana's final so far. He's got chances, but he just can't finish them. First half in leg 2 will come to a close. Now look, of all the comments, this one just tears me up. Kanvik says both players are cooking. To be honest with you, Kanvik, we know you want to be in the middle of both of your players and support both, but both of them are not cooking right.
One is being cooked, the other.
One is burning up in the kitchen. Mbappe, like the jollof Mbappe they cook right now, it overpower Montana's jollof at this point. But look, there's still a lot of FC to be played. So I know the story can't change, but Mbappe, he did hits, and at this point, it looks like it might be a lot more difficult for Montana to stop him. But the praise and the hype behind Montana, I'd expect him to put in a big second half performance. But yeah, certainly, Convict say, "Hey, Sly." That be the truth. Then we know you want support both players, and it's a luxury situation for Kanvik. Look, the amount of work that Kanvik has put into building this team, because I remember from way back when it was starting for him, I think his first ever tournament that he organized, it was a collaboration with Play Province at, of course, Play Province Hub, where we're having the live production. And from there, he set his mind onto creating the team, and what they've done, what he's been able to put in. I don't know who was Kanvik's first signing. Actually, I think it's Endless Kanvik. If you can clarify for me, I think it's Endless, but you can let me know who was the first. Maybe it's actually Skradada, but put a team together that have been amazing. And they have possibly the best EA Sports FC roster right now in Ghana. These two guys are from Kanvik. Skradada, last year, he was Team Music champion. Endless plays well when he needs to. Like, he can put in performances that will make you go like, wow. Produce a champion in Sean as well. Like, these guys are doing great things. And I'm hearing that he's even got some more signings coming up. So we'll be looking closely at how they also perform. But it's been a wonderful journey for Kanvik Records Esports. And all I'm saying is they appreciate all of the hard work that they have put in. And for Choice Bada also be from Kanvik is just a god tier squad that these guys have got. Hansen. Borrow into space for Mbappe. He's not resting on his laurels at all. He knows that the situation could change at any point in time, so he wants more goals. All right. Kanvik says his first signing was Lord Rebel. Oh, interesting. And that's why he's their team captain. Certainly. And then followed by Skradada and Salazar. So these guys set the pathway, and now we are seeing also these guys be in the hot seat and just doing great things for Kanvik. Well, okay, Montana gets one back, but is it just consolation though? With how huge that scoreline is, he's just got a deficit of 3. But look, we saw Wise Mars on the trail of a comeback against Mbappe, and the way Mbappe was able to manage the game. If that happens again, then I'm sorry, Montana, this game has been buried. We've closed the chapter. Hansen for Montana. If he can get a second year, now we can start talking serious business. Hullets just rushed the pass a bit and won't be able to get it. Well, actually, Rebel is the team manager. Skradada is the captain. Apologies. And I'm sure Skradada also in the chat will be very, very proud of seeing his players also perform at the very highest level. I think they've done tremendously well. You can also make mention that them signing OG Drizzy going to the Esports World Cup qualifiers in Sweden as well was another huge achievement for them. A huge house to come back, and I hope they are an inspiration to the rest of the teams also. Hopefully, we'll see an improvement from Roots. For Roots, I think the only criticism is the roster is becoming thinner and thinner. With Kennedy leaving, it's now Wiseman's raising that flag high, hopefully able to get more signings that will pull their weight for Ruti Sports, because they were once a powerhouse. They once had players that really dominated within the EA Sports FC scene. And for Play Province, it's been a down year for them, but like Faculty said last year, they were also on a heater. So we'll see maybe a strong comeback from them. Possibly Ace Gamers can also chip in and certainly make things interesting. Hey, Jonas say FC25, and they feel sorry give boys because the Kane, Kyran, the pool come there. Hey, Charlie. And say the boys for check. Me, self, I tell you, say make you push it because 25, I stop casting. I they announce them for you. I stop the cast. They come full flow. And they go back to my playing days for hit the system small. So I beg, make you people watch out. And Ben says Montana, they complicate things. Spring control will easily break Mbappe's defense in the third half. Well, that's also an interesting suggestion. If Montana does heed to that advice, maybe we'll see a different scoreline pulling up for him. Oh, Canvas is like, oh, come on. I beg, I announce some for you. So 25 people see, I know they mic him back or camera him back. Make people not sure. They go full player mode, back to my roots. Some people they disrespect you too much. I don't go mention names, but 25 if I do, I'm gonna go pinpoint them one by one, then go see who the true slime will be, where we start from. The people know the story. But before Riga dictates their story, I go be like a ruminant where I chew the food small, but not chew finish. Now bring them out again, they will chew them again. So that's what we go do for FC25. Watch out. They say carry on to the pool king come. So certainly. I get one that kid to the back me. He says, Sly, me now go coach you. We are taking over. Charlie, the OGs assemble like this. If myself, one that kid guy, Kobe La Vista, Sule, everybody assemble like this. Charlie, the new gens, watch out. We go spoil everywhere. We go spoil everywhere. Hey, see that man Kizito to say they come back 25. Charlie, let's see spoil for the new boys. Hey, Charlie, Said says, Slide and go lash you, make you go pick up the mic again. Gavin says big ups will come through the shoutcast.
This is Mbappe.
He had the internship already. Now this is Mbappe, right?
Mbappe,
holding on to the ball and just finishing the game. It's been one hell of a performance from him, but he'll have to do it again. He has done so well to reset the bracket. Now it's up to Montana to answer to that call. But Mbappe, what a performance he's put in. Worthy to be crowned champion. And now you feel like he's got all of the momentum in the world. Well, the heat we're speaking of, it's now with Mbappe at this point. He's just on fire. The defense is on point. Attacking wise, one could even argue he's been better than Montana in the offensive situations. And so far, what we've been saying about Montana being great on offense, we haven't seen it in game 2. We didn't really see it when they played earlier on today. And Mbappe's just been the better player. That's a fact. But remember, we are just resetting the bracket. And for Montana, he'll have a chance to redeem himself. Final whistle goes. Brilliant game. And we'll now reset the bracket, guys. Mbappe is taking it to sudden death. We'll be taking it to our last home and away fixture to crown our champion. And it's coming right after the break. So we'll bring more of the action. The final is certainly living up to the hype. It should be a fun one to watch. Final game coming up.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, Nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters,
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
you are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters,
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
you are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
Bracket reset now, guys. This series will be the final one. This home and away series will be the final one. Has Montana learned from a few of those mistakes that he was making in that previous game? Because the heat Mbappe is coming with right now just looks crazy. And now can he do it again? Bracket reset. Can Mbappe do it back to back and it could be on the right trend? Yeah. The ball on into that near post, therefore, wasn't a bad one at all, but the goalkeeper equal to the task. Hold it. If you just joined, Mbappe is in the all whites, kicking from right to left, sorry, and for Montana is in lap pink and then the brownish outfit, rocking from left to right in our grand final of our After Six Ultimate Hub Elite Tournament. When the organizers set out this tournament, look, I know the idea was to create a tournament that will leave a long-lasting memory, a tournament that will bring the best out of these players. But I think it's even exceeded expectations. Some of the things we've seen, we didn't expect. The entertainment that we received and the feedback from our viewers as well, we can't do away with that. You guys make the tournament, not just the players. So a huge shout outs to you guys. I saw you guys have put in the work. Ultimate Battle with production. I think we've also done a very, very good job. After 6 esports, the effort, the time, everything they've been able to put in is just top tier level. Ultimate Hub, you can't leave out what Zena's also doing behind the scenes, organizing the players. And these players, they will give you trouble. But now, all of those troubles will finally come to an end in this series, and we'll get to find out a champion pretty soon. Canvic Records has also contributed this quota to making this tournament a successful one. We also had a PGA Esports show also chipping in and also making this tournament a really great one. But it's just been excellent stuff all around. Esports Association of Ghana, also a partner on board for this amazing one. This one that leaves a long-standing memory as possibly the best FC24 tournament to close the year. Hansen from the back. Rude Hullet for Ronaldo on the break now. Montana. He has been quiet after that first game. We've not seen the explosive Montana yet. But when he explodes, you know what? Each and everybody feels the explosion. It could be the start of the explosion now for him. Step over to R9. It's little by little that a convict man gets to his best. This is a start for him. R9 Ronaldo with a step over boost into the finish. Montana finally starting the game in the way that I'm sure he wanted to, because that first leg, it didn't look like the start he wanted to. Mbappe controlled a lot of the game. Now that he's gotten that first goal, will that settle him? And can that unsettle Mbappe a bit? Mbappe, though, Good chance, but equally great save from Petr Cech. Hansen will win it back as Montana will be able to draw the ball out of that dangerous situation. We are about possibly 2 weeks, possibly some days. Montana with space. He's heard all of the chatter. He's heard some of the disrespect on his name. He's ready to shut all of them up. 2 goals to the good. 30 in-game minutes gone leg 1. Montana might just have changed his fortunes in this game. Remember that Mbappe is coming from the loser bracket. He has to do it twice and it will have to be from a comeback position. Bellingham for Haaland. Well, almost getting there with Rude Hulleder, but a great step in from the midfielder. Yeah, so we're about 2 weeks and some days from the early access release of FC25, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the season has in store for all of these brilliant players that we got to witness. Montana, he's now in the groove. He's exploding into life. That should have been the third, certainly. It's these chances that he missed earlier that really punished him. And now on the break is Mbappe. Has the runner up front. Haaland goes down the byline, tries to cut it back. Petr Cech reads that extremely well and is able to come back with a very good save. Hold it. For FC25, I'm looking forward to seeing what the whole of the community has got for us. And 9 will break it down. 3. This is just the opposite of what we saw in game 1. It was Mbappe who started well earlier, and now the whole tide has shifted. Montana. This is what people remember him for. And he possibly heard me speaking about him not going to the finish line and finishing the job in tournaments. Oh, this could be his moment. This could be his crowning moment. Haaland, byline again. Who 10 for Mbappe? Finally, 1 goes in. And we are in for another spectacle. Possibly save the best for last. Mbappe, all the break again. If he gets a second here, surely it should be interesting to finish it off. Take a bow, my friend. It's an Mbappe masterclass. Wow. And that's the only expression for it. Wow. Back-to-back excellent goals. And we have a series on our hands. There was no game more befitting to be called a finals than this one. 2 teammates, and they've pulled out everything. Look, when I see Mbappe stretching like that, it kind of gives me feels like your man tires small.
Yeah,
Because he starts to play back to back. But because of his experience, it just makes him excel. Because I know a lot of people that have played with Mbappe, and they call him one of those guys that has a lot of stamina, can play a lot of games, a lot of high-level games for a very long time.
Mbappe gets stamina, but you know the fit pressure.
It's pressure that sometimes
Yeah,
worries him.
pressure.
Well, certainly today, he's handled the pressure very, very well. With everybody watching, with all of the eyeballs on him, he has produced. What a tournament this gentleman has had. And he could have it with a crowning moment. With the sequels, big ups too for backs. For back, they
Yeah,
do
this
it.
thing song they love to do. This thing now they love to do.
Second half underway, guys. Theo Hernandez, a game that we don't know where it's going to end. To be like, both guys have just looked so good. Mbappe, just from nowhere where he wasn't playing well, he's changed it. And it wasn't something that we're expecting because he has started so slowly. But that's what good players do. They can change their fortunes with just one goal, shifting the momentum. Hansen for Montana now. Bellingham, the run of Erling Haaland has been noticed and has been ignored. Bellingham will just recycle and start things over. Well, that was what I was expecting him to do, try to force the pass, and he just wasn't being able to break through. Brilliant ball. Fun and Ronaldo just trying to link up with Haaland, Falau, and Mbappe. Like the idea, but the execution just not there. FC25, look, I've hinted on FC25 being a promising year for the Ghanaian EA Sports FC Pro athletes, and I'm just happy that we're getting a lot more of the guys now buying into the idea of playing Ultimate Team. That's why I always give a huge shout out to Ultimate Battle, making sure that every single game we play on this channel, on the channel, is usually Ultimate Battle. And I also give a huge shout out to After Six Esports. I think ever since they came in, I haven't seen too many of the kickoff tournaments. I don't think I've even seen one. I don't know if they've done some, but a lot has been Ultimate Team. And we've been preaching this message for a lot of times, like time without number, that it should be Ultimate Team, Ultimate Team, and now guys are buying into the idea. We had a conversation about Padia being a kickoff champion. Now you have to switch to Ultimate Team because a lot more of the tournaments are on Ultimate Team, and that is where the best players are ranked. And FC25, the ladder will be coming. It will be coming a few weeks after the early access has been released. You have to make it to Division 3 and be able to compete in the ladder. So everything is coming quick and fast. So I need guys to lock in. We need to perform this year. I feel like as and when the years go by and Ghana is still not performing, well, our chances will certainly might just diminish. And we have to take inspiration from our other African brothers. I think everybody will agree with me that what Ex Sharif did this year was remarkable. He certainly put Morocco and the whole of Africa on the map, making it to the FC Pro World Championship and putting up a performance like that. I think he ended with like 75K or so. Look, he's no different from any of us that are playing. Maybe he has just putting a lot more hours than any of us that are playing in Ghana. But that's why I treat everyone, every single one of you to take it serious. Mbappe almost getting the equalizer right there. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. FC25, we put in the work and hopefully we reap the results. We're going hard and we'll all be here to cheer you guys on. Van Dijk. Hold it. Approaching the half-hour marking game, and it's still been that scoreline that we came here with in that first half. Theo Hernandez on the break will push it up the field again from Montana, but he'll defend very well. Montana now with possession of the ball with Bellingham. Genola. Montana still up by 3-2. And to be honest with you, Mbappe has had some really good chances to get the equalizer. Just been unlucky on some occasions. Hansen for Montana. Hold it. The passing is crisp. It is quick. And they will produce a goal. But just offside. The passing was indeed crisp. I mean, it was so quick. Lightning fast. Mbappe couldn't keep up with it. But just so it came out. Just offside on that occasion. Approaching the last 15 in-game minutes of this one of our grand finale of the After Six Ultimate Harbour League tournament. Dele, Van Dijk. Now, let me put this out there. What has been your favorite of the games you've seen on the main production? Not the ones that were streamed on the After Six channel without the main production. The one that was on the main production. Okay, let me make it in general. Even those ones are in the conversation. Any game from the tournament, which series have you enjoyed the most? So if it was Wonder Kid versus Dels, you told me Wonder Kid versus Dels. I'm trying to see which one was the best one out there, and I'll start with Faculty, but I'll give him like 2 minutes to think about that, and I'll come back to him. Which one was your favorite? After 2 minutes, I'll come back to you and get your thoughts on this one.
Now.
Which one?
Wonder Kid Montana.
And it is still the only one that has gone to penalties.
Yeah, and that's recently, like I think 2 days ago, I went to check the most viewed match. It was their match.
And it's not surprising at all because the high level stuff that those two guys brought was just excellent. And having that game pretty early on in the tournament, it was just massive. Hansen on the tail, Montana just pulling the trigger a little bit early, maybe a short cancel to beat his opponent would have been better. But it's been a great tournament to watch, and there've been good games all over. There've been excellent games all over. I don't even know the one to choose from. You can look today what we saw, K-Boy versus Wise was also excellent, but maybe because both defenses were up there, I can pick that one as my favorite game. But certainly, like, there are a lot of games out there. I think Dells versus Guy Kobe was also very good to watch. Those two guys put up a show. It was also very good to watch, but there are just a lot of games. You can let me know what you think in the comments section, and we'll have a chat about it, about what your best matchup was in this tournament. Dennis says Weissmans versus Cubs. Weissmans versus Cubs. They didn't play on the main broadcast. I think they played off the main broadcast, but they still stream their games. I haven't been able to catch that game. I'm sure it was a very interesting one. They are two former teammates as well, because Cubs moved from Roots to Play Profit, so I'm sure it was certainly interesting. Adi says it was Big Ups versus Wise match for him. Yeah, that game wasn't bad at all. Like, those two guys certainly put up a show. It wasn't on the main broadcast, unfortunately, but I also caught a glimpse of it. I think the way they played, how it was end to end, Weissman's putting up that performance, knowing that it was loser bracket do or die situation, it was very, very good. Kizito says Wonderkid versus Montana. I think this will have the most votes, with Montana coming closer, getting his fourth. Haaland, final chance possibly for Mbappe to get the equalizer. Mbappe, his namesake, will make the run. He'll find Ginola, just a wayward pass. And Montana can't get it. And now the final chance will go to him. There's some spaces for him to operate with. Johan Cruyff, can he make this one count? CR7, but Van Dijk is there with a crucial tackle in game. And now leg one comes to a close. And after the break, guys, we'll have our final game. One final one to determine who becomes champion and take 2,500 Ghana cedis. It has been a splendid stream already today. Let's finish it up with a banger. We'll be bringing that one to you shortly.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
This is it. The biggest game of the whole tournament, the biggest game of the best tournament is right here on your screens. And it's a pleasure to bring this one to you. Montana is in a promising position, up by 3 goals to 2. But Mbappe isn't far behind at all. We could be in for one that we'll be talking about for a very long time, even when SC24 passes. The grand final last game is now here for After Six Esports Elite Ultimate Hub tournament. I think it's been a spectacle. Faculty, do you think this tournament it has to come back for SC25?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because the way the tournament they like it make like competitive games like this, they make like we they learn every day. They back, yeah. So like if I come.
The learning curve for players, I feel like it's something that has to be repetitive every single time. Players have to keep learning, and this tournament provided that platform for them. Dinola with an open opportunity very early for Montana, just couldn't take it. But the first warning shot has been put out by Montana already. Theo Hernandez. As Mbappe will now break through for his first attack, he'll also be unsuccessful on that end. That's some aggressive high pressing as Ronaldinho will win it back. Hansen, step over. I mean, the step over is what they've done today on both ends for both players. It's just so crazy. It gets them out of jams. If he changes the direction at the last minute, you are in trouble. And that's what Mbappe has done so well here today. And you can't discredit Montana as well. He's done that brilliantly so far. R9 for Hansen. He returned into Bellingham. Was trying to recycle that one, but look how close that the space between defenders and then the central defensive midfielder, the space is not that huge when you're looking at Montana's game and Mbappe being so close. I think both guys have defended very, very well. They pull the goalkeeper out pretty quickly, but it seems like Mbappe will take full advantage. Haaland almost making this one work. Wan-Bissaka, he's not been bad at all in this tournament. I like what I'm seeing from that right back. I think he's one of those players that you've got to find a way to get him in your squad. I know S24 is ending, but if you've got any games that you want to play with champs, rivals, anything else, you've got to find a way to get Wan-Bissaka in your squad. I think I saw someone say Parker versus Choice was his favorite match. Hey, Charlie. Hernandez. We'll find Ronaldo. We'll see the finesse attempt again. We had already seen a belter similar to this one being scored very early in the game, in the first leg. And Mbappe almost repeated it. This time, Montana's goalkeeper to the rescue. But the game is heating up. It is shaping up. Still no goals yet. But it's certainly heating up. Both guys are putting everything. And at this point, look, I think there's a saying that when two heavyweights meet, it is the ground that suffers. But this one, the ground is not suffering at all because I feel like the ground is the spectators and myself. We're enjoying the game. So when they are meeting and they are going blow for blow, boot for boot, punch for punch, I think they've certainly not suffered. We've certainly not suffered at all. They are the ones in the suffering state. And earlier, I think I saw Wonder Kids commenting, it's nice being a spectator. Look, I know it's nice being a spectator, but being a player, the adrenaline rush is also very cool. But being in this situation, it's not easy at all. Coming from Wonder Kid, who's been in finals after finals after finals, then you know, being in finals is not an easy one at all.
Yeah, the pressure they inside is very serious. This is where pressure they catching back.
You were in the finals a week ago against Cops. So I know you've also got some experience in the final. Does finals make you change the way you play because of the pressure?
They make you think plenty. I was I required to remember
what a 10
Hits FM. I was in a final with Montana
himself.
Charlie. No be smoking a guy who gives
space into Bellingham. Wait, you go Hits FM final this year?
Yeah,
where
Montana.
you win the Tema tournament. What about other tournaments in your positions?
Other tournaments. Unless I remember, I can't remember.
I beg, it be
I
like,
will remember. I will
it be like if I continue on Bragg on set, I was trying to build a case for him to be top 10. But you know,
top 10.
Dels
No, not
Dels
top 10.
actually mentioned faculty's name that he's one to watch for being in that top 10. That top 10 list, I can't wait to start compiling them. Montana is creating. He's putting the work in. It's just not falling for him. Cross will come in. Haaland, can he get on the back of that one? But the lift is there. Ronaldo, Mbappe just trying to cool things down. I don't believe the scoreline is 0-0 right now because the number of chances that Montana has had is just shocking that we still not got a goal in this one. Haaland
Mbappe
with
has
the
to
break
score.
on the space again.
How? You see the pressure I was talking about. Mbappe has started shaking. You can see on his face. He's sweating.
No, what's the sweating is coming from tiredness because
not
he's playing
tiredness.
like 6 games straight.
I know Mbappe very well. I know Mbappe very well. It's pressure. It's pressure. It's pressure. See how Montana is relaxed, but look at the way Mbappe is playing with.
But I think there's been a switch of formation for Montana now. I'm seeing a 4-4-2.
4-4-2. Yeah.
That's interesting. Maybe after that first game, he realized that the 4-2-1 wasn't working for him, and now you have to go to a 4-4-2. And I think it's working pretty well because he did create like really good chances in the first half that he should have converted. Like he should have scored.
I think he's also like aiming on defending. Yeah. Because he knows maybe he's good in attacking. So maybe that formation will also help him in defending as well. So
Wan-Bissaka, what a pass into Haaland. Can he finish it off though? The control just wasn't there. But these are some of the passes that when I see these players execute, I'm like, how? How do you even see that? Because sometimes, okay, maybe they're using the radar at the down, but like it's just crazy the way that they're able to time that. And if it had ended up in a goal, it would have certainly been goal of the tournament for me. Like no doubt about that. We should have tried to compile for goal of the tournament, but we weren't able to get that. But certainly, if there's another tournament that will come up, we'll try to do that because we see some wonderful goals already. Haaland, go pass it to R9. Now Mbappe is also missing glorious opportunities. What is happening? This is the pressure faculty was speaking of, and it's getting to both guys. Mbappe with a big chance of his own. Cross coming back, post. No.
Mbappe, this is not your game. This is not your game.
How does this go in? And Mbappe's facial expressions say it all. He doesn't understand it, and we don't understand it too. Finesse. That time, Haaland's weaker foot certainly wasn't beating. Better check from there. Mbappe.
Nice goal.
And who to get the goal now? His namesake, Kylian Mbappe on the score sheet.
Coach Big Ups, I think you have to change your 4-4-2 tactics now.
Wow. Look, this tournament is giving everything that you know that it's nothing left to give anymore. Like unexpected goals, belters, goals from nowhere, lucky goals as well, because we've seen a few of the lucky goals today and even later, earlier in the streams. We've seen brilliant defensive performances. Speak of when they faced off earlier in the winners bracket final, Montana versus Mbappe. Mbappe's defensive masterclass. We've seen offensive masterclass in this tournament already. The biggest offensive masterclass possibly on stream being Choice versus Parker, where they, after 6 months, they took it to a whole other level. The tournament has certainly lived up to all of the hype and expectation. And I don't know how it can even move to the next level when we possibly have it in FC25, fingers crossed. But yeah, this one has given us everything. Bellingham. Now, boys, the level at 3-3. Mbappe will send the runner, of course. Ronaldinho to recycle. Mbappe is feeling it now. He's getting into positions. But Lucio says, not on my watch.
But the way things are going, I think now the pressure is on Montana. Because you see, he's just giving out balls just
And
anyhow.
that's not the usual Montana. When he's cool and calm, he doesn't really give away those passes. But
Yeah.
you feel the finals pressure now. He took good care of the ball in the first leg, up by 3 goals to 2. But the second leg, the second half, it's just not look like him. We are 20 minutes away in regulation time from crowning a champion. The moment is almost here. And who will grab the moment? Would it be Montana? Ginola got into promising space. Mbappe realizing that and cutting through it. Hansen. Will he get that cover? Wan-Bissaka has been superb.
Wan-Bissaka.
I think you have him in your team too.
Oh yeah.
Like the long legs, he's got decent height on him. He's just the perfect fullback for this
If you
game.
don't have him, you are lacking. Serious.
Seriously, like both players have him. And look at Wan-Bissaka on the other end as well, dealing with Erling Haaland and winning the ball back. He's just been a constant feature on the broadcast here today. Ferdinand. That might be one of the best aggressive ways of winning the ball back that we've seen in the game. Look, when you're high pressing, it's always, should I say, dangerous to put in a
What a
tackle.
goal. What a
Mbappe!
nice keeper control, Montana.
Wow.
Nice mind games.
That's
nice,
what we
nice,
call
nice.
last line of defense. Montana realizing that he knows Mbappe is going near post, gets his keeper there, and a huge save to still keep the scoreline level. Wow. This is what we call creme de la creme, the best of the best. And that's why we named this tournament the Elites. The Elites. You're not going to see much better FC action in Ghana. Crosso coming really deals with it. Haaland was lacking back post for Mbappe. But look at the number of bodies at the back for Mbappe. Realizing that Montana could hit him on the counter and didn't commit too much bodies when it came to the corner kick. That was just excellent awareness from Mbappe. Final few minutes to go, or we head to extra time. Hernandez. Dramatic scenes could finish this one off. Haaland's run just a little bit too much as Montana will come with it. I just like the scenery from both of the players' faces. Locked in is the perfect description. And who won't be locked in for these final 5 minutes? Butcher Geno and possibly the biggest. What a save, better check.
Wow.
Montana just inches away from possibly grabbing the winner. 3 minutes to go. Is Mbappe playing for the last attack? And then
Oh
that's
yeah. Last attack.
the best option for me because he cannot afford to concede another chance. Van Dijk, Theo Hernandez. He's got to make it great. He's got something up his sleeve here, Mbappe. Haaland on the turn, finding the right pass at the right place. Mbappe, will we see the best goal yet? But great defensive stuff from Montana. And we're headed to extra time. Befitting for these two players. Wow. Look, if you're admiring what you're seeing right now, you've only got a couple of things to do. Subscribe, guys. Please do subscribe. Like the stream as well. Really does help with YouTube's algorithm. And we've got 30 more minutes of this glorious action. Well, certainly something had to spoil the flu. It seems like something that happened there. We're trying to get everything back on track and bring you the final 30 in-game minutes of this game. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll take a breather and bring you the final minutes.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Let's go crazy.
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
Oh, See big as for the back. This.
So nah.
Final 30 minutes. Sorry, apologies for the delay and the break in transmission. Seems like something was happening with the competitive mood and they were trying to get everything sorted out. And then we'll have the final 30 minutes of extra time to play. But yeah, this one will settle it. I think this one has to be the one. It's when we're saving the best for last. The guys understood the assignment and they've made it happen. So now we can get to it, get to the final 30 minutes and then go. But I'm hoping that they'll put it and make sure that it's a really, really enjoyable one. Hopefully we get to go all the way. If we see penalties, I won't be it won't be bad at all for a neutral's point of view. But I know for the players it's going to be hectic, nervy. But we are all here for it, for all of the action live. Hullets this time for Montana. Montana just surveying his options and we'll find Wood Hullets with that one. Tries to cut it back into R9. But it's just patience, methodic build up from him, not rushing anything. Look, usually in extra time, the nerves can get to you. You can get overexcited at times where you kind of feel like you have to rush things. You want to get into your sets pretty early, but nice composed start from Montana, not rushing anything, just waiting for the game to come to him. Sometimes it's always a cliche when commentators always say this, that you have to wait for the game to come to you. But when you feel like the game has come to you, you certainly have chances.
Nice goal, Mbappe.
Mbappe wasn't waiting for the game to come to him. Took it by the scruff of the neck. And he will have the lead to go into this extra time. 4 goals to 3 on aggregate now. Mbappe leading narrowly. And we are a few minutes away from the close of proceedings. Montana, does he have something else to give? Theo Hernandez, mind you, going into this final, Montana hadn't dropped a single game. Beat La Vista, beat Wonder Kid, beat K-Boy, beat Weissmas, and he's lost for the very first time to Mbappe. Is Mbappe about to do it back to back?
Beat to Mbappe.
Himself dropped into the loser bracket, and Mbappe got revenge on him. But if Mbappe does this back to back, look, if people's narrative start changing to Mbappe being the best, well, there it is. Montana's not going to let you win that easy. We are level yet again. Wow. It's at this point, it's like a graph that has high points, low points, high points. But this time, certainly the high points have been so many, and we have the last 15 minutes, or we'll have to settle it on the lottery of penalty shootouts. Do you think we're going to penalties?
By the way, the game they go there, penalties go.
And what we've seen, Montana's got some experience from penalties because remember he did beat Wonder Kid on penalties. Do you think that counts for him? Like that gives him added advantage against Mbappe if it does go to penalties?
One thing people don't know, Mbappe to know how they catch penalties. So I quite remember say like as me as he did play province. Now they show me how they catch penalties. Then he show me something.
Well, maybe it won't be no need for penalties. Montana has different ideas, guys. He's got what could possibly be a winner. And the expressions from Mbappe says it all. If he feels he looks deflated a bit, Montana possibly with the dagger. 5 goals to 4. Blockbuster of the final. And we might just have had the winning goal. Montana with a subtle touch to get it. 9 minutes to go now. Mbappe has got to claw his way back or it's all over. Or the journey ends. Wan-Bissaka for Mbappe. He's created down this right-hand side so many times. Will it be the side to open up the chances again? Haaland on the 10. Will Ferdinand space, power, gets in the way. It's now Montana's turn to hold on to the ball. Remember that in that first leg where Mbappe had to reset the bracket, he was leading at this point and he was holding on to the ball so well. Now it is Montana's turn to do that. Has he got it in him? Bellingham, hold it. A big goal. Certainly, if it goes in for Mbappe. This guy doesn't rest. And you see the roars of emotion from him. We are heading to penalty, surely. Big game player, clutch player. He's got it. Time and time again, he's been called into action and he's delivered. Montana will be gutted after conceding that final goal. But he might just have something with the last kick of the game. Hold it. Rise that challenge on defense. It's Ginola. Game, set, match. Tournament in the bag for Montana. And what a way to close it out. And you see the emotions from both Mbappe and Montana. This is historic. With literally the last kick of the game to go. What a way to win it. In the most dramatic way possible. The expressions from Mbappe say it all. He's gutted losing in this manner, but he's got to hold his head up high. And I know he's disappointed in conceding that last final goal, but let's take ourselves to that last goal. I think where he did it for me was with holding to the ball when he rode the challenge. Mbappe tried to take the ball
But as you comment for there now, we.
he said, nah, the space they open. Wow. This is epic. This is the creme de la creme going at it. And with the final straw of the game, Montana picks up the victory and becomes your After 6 Esports Ultimate Hub Elite Tournament. It's been a pleasure, guys. It's been a wonderful past few weeks. We hope to do this some other time. Stay safe, guys, out there. Congratulations once again to Montana.
Give up! 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 Hey, give up! Hey, give up! Give up! Hey, give up! 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 Hey, give up! Hey, give up! Give up! Hey, give up! Give up! Hey, 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 give up!
You got one last chance to rethink this.
Think of the possibilities.
Surrounded by supporters.
Let us begin.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
You are under arrest, dirtbag.